Hello and welcome back to a quick video here on this Bitcoin correction. We're just going to be looking at quickly the entry points of where I think we should be entering new trades into Bitcoin, or where you should potentially be selling, and just the levels you should be looking at in the recent next days, so you're not missing out on some potential profit, and more importantly, so you're not losing money. I think that's a bit more important than potential profit. So yeah, let's get straight into this and look at this Bitcoin chart. Now, the key support, I'm going to put this out there right now. I'm going to make it some special color. What do we choose? Purple? Oh, this color looks kind of blue, but that's fine. This purple, blue color. This is the ideal, perfect support I would be looking into be buying in. If it hits this support, I am going full in. That's just me personally. You can, of course, do your own research. This is not financial advice. But this, like, what is it, 57 to 61k, I think that's the ideal support, ideal accumulation zone, where I think Bitcoin's going to have a big bounce up from there. And if you look at it from the top, this is the 20%, 22% correction that Bitcoin generally looks for pre-halving every single bull run. I'm just going to show you that on a graph right now. Okay, so this is just the Bitcoin halving. This is the first Bitcoin halving. So you can see this is at $321. We had the pre-halving retracement was about 50%. This was before the halving. So this was the first ever retracement of the pre-halving. The second, if we scroll down quickly, the second was 38% pre-halving retracement. And you can see it went through the halving as well. So this retracement didn't stop with the halving. You can see that a couple of days before there was some hype, like the week before, it went up a bit. So just remember that the week before the halving, there's some kind of hype around it, but it does quickly come back to the normal downtrend, carrying on for this retracement pre-halving. And the third pre-halving, where the retracement is over here, I showed this percentage, and also this was the 2020, so it would have been COVID affecting this, so I wouldn't be taking this too much into consideration, but you can see it's been dropping. It went from 50% to 35%, and then I'm guessing the correct would be about 35% again, and so this year we're looking at about 30%. I would say at the maximum I would not consider anything more than that, especially with the ETF inflows coming in, and stuff like BlackRock putting so much into Bitcoin. I just don't see going down 35%. I think if once we hit 25% down in a retracement, it's going to be absorbed so quickly, especially in these kind of massive buy zones. I think this is just going to be, it's going to disappear within minutes, I would say. I'd say once we touch in and actually find that support, we're going to be popping off really fast and we're going to be flying upwards. So this would be, again, from the top, we would see a nice 22%, 20% correction, which I would be absolutely happy with before the halving. I'd say that would be really healthy. Wouldn't say Bitcoin would be overextended anymore, because you can look at this. Like, look how overextended we are. And if we come back into this support, which I have here, if we do a Fibonacci retracement quickly, you can see if it wicks down maybe to the 0.5, that is extremely healthy. The 618, I have no need in experiencing this before the halving. I don't think it's at all necessary. I think we're going to have to see it somewhat sometime in the whole bull run, but I don't think it's needed at all right now, and I don't predict that is going to be happening. That would be the 52k position, which is completely doable. It's a possibility, but in my opinion, we stop here in this rectangle here, and the 0.5 may be wicked, but I don't think we're going to be having any closing candles anywhere near this. But of course, if we do lose that 0.5, even if it's not my opinion that we will, I'm still going to just go over the strategy of what you do afterwards. If it does close here, 618 is a massive support, and you can even see it in a rectangle of support here. I would be absolutely 100% sure, in my opinion, of course, that we're not going to be breaking under this, and we will not be ever seeing this 786 level ever again in crypto. I think Bitcoin has its days are gone of 46,000. Maybe in the bear market we might be revisiting these levels, but definitely not in the bull market anymore. Now, so 0.5 is my golden level for this retracement. I would love to see it come down into this rectangle, and then we can buy the dip over here. Now let's talk about the short term, what we're going to be seeing happening here. We've got this downwards trend here, which we just broke out of this kind of, well, this upwards trend really, and we've just flipped it down. In the 4-hourly chart, you can see we've been quite bearish for a while, ever since the 14th of March. It is now the 17th of March, so a couple of days now we've been bearish, and you can see the RSI bearish crossover was right at this peak over here. So this is where we got the bearish crossover, and on the 4-hourly chart, we're now looking somewhat to come into this bullish crossover again. So what does that mean? If we cross it, I'd be looking quite bullish. I'd be looking quite well at this. I already expect now, kind of just moving around here and retesting the 69. I think I'm waiting for the 69,000 touch before I'm selling or changing any of my positions at the moment. Over here, depending on what happens, if you get rejected, I will sell a large percentage of my portfolio and turn it into US dollars. So I think I'd be holding about 60% in US dollars and 40% in crypto coins for this correction downwards. If we get rejected. If we don't get rejected and we break the 69,000 and then we break 70k, then we could be looking much higher than this high even now. And honestly, this, what is this? 12%? That would be our pre-halving correction. It's very possible. Now, from the time I'm recording this video, so it's going to be out tomorrow, from when I'm recording, so that's 2 days. So from the time you're going to be watching this video, it's 2 days until Bitcoin normally starts consolidating before the halving. For the Bitcoin halving. So look out for that as well. 30 days generally before, I think it's 22 days actually, before the Bitcoin halving, we generally see retracements. For then, this allows the big movement up afterwards post halving, so we're all ready and healthy to pump the entire market. What does this mean for the rest of crypto? So we've talked about what's going to happen with Bitcoin. We're going to test this level, most likely, I hope. This would be a really nice place to see what's happening, and this would be where I would recommend sorting out your portfolio, knowing if you're going to be selling, if you're going to be staying in this market for this consolidation, or if you're going to be breaking through to another high and maybe reaching 75, then 85 or 80 pre-halving, and then we'd have a much larger correction, of course, if that was the case. But if we reject this, I'm expecting this rectangle. Now, what does this do to the market? Altcoins are going to boom. It's going to be alt season absolutely to its maximum. If you look at the Bitcoin domination chart, you can look at that yourself. It's really quite simple. I will bring it out here for you now. BTCD. So this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. If we go into the weekly graph, you can see here I have it shorted. Red circles are alt seasons. So this is when basic crypto started. Bitcoin was like 100% nearly of all cryptos, and then we went down. We had a massive alt season. This is what this indicates. If it goes down, that means money is going from Bitcoin into altcoins, into other coins, because there's still money in the market. It might be even increasing money in the whole crypto space. However, that money is moving from Bitcoin to other coins. So this is just meaning how much of the entirety of the money in Bitcoin is actually invested into Bitcoin. So here at this low, we've got 35% of all the money in crypto is in Bitcoin. So that means 65% is somewhere else. That's in other coins at the moment. So look, 53% of all money in crypto, in the crypto space, is now in Bitcoin. So that's over half of the money in crypto is now in Bitcoin. And we're looking at, well, I would say at least 40%. I'd look at more 35% levels. So we know that billions and billions and billions of dollars are going to be flowing in from Bitcoin to altcoins. And it doesn't even have to be from Bitcoin necessarily. It's not that we say it's flowing from Bitcoin to altcoins because that's what it looks like, but it's actually not. It's just new money. It's new money coming into crypto, and it's being invested into smaller coins, not necessarily Bitcoin, which is pumping up the more money in the market, in the whole market itself, but it's reducing Bitcoin dominance because the new money isn't going into Bitcoin, but it's going into other altcoins. So I would definitely suggest getting into altcoins sooner rather than later, as the Bitcoin dominance is going to start falling. Now you can see we're retouching this line here, and these red circles or alt seasons. So looking at Bitcoin again, this is what we've got. So careful the next couple of days. I would highly recommend, this is not a financial advice of course, but I would highly recommend stay away from any leverage, especially high leverage trades. Honestly, just stick to spot and you will be fine. If you do the wrong trade, you buy it up here and then it drops down, you're fine. Just don't sell, don't stress. You can then, it'll come back sooner or later and you haven't lost any money. And that's the thing. If you've got leverage, then you have lost money. Especially because if you get liquidated, you've lost that money. But as long as you spot, you're not going to lose money in this bull run as long as you don't hold it for like 3 years, because then you're just going to be selling in the bear market. But yes, so that is my quick Bitcoin analysis. Take from it what you want. If you think it's absolute trash, then let me know in the comments below on what you would adjust with it. And if you think it's okay, then please leave a like and comment down below and subscribe to my channel, because I'll be releasing more of these basically every day, maybe every second day, depending on what the market's doing. Thank you very much for watching and good luck with the bull run.